So, this is an article that's going viral. It's called The Trouble with Wanting Men. Women are so fed up with dating men. Heterofatalism. So what do we do with our desires? So this was like in the New York Times. So big publication, obviously. And I'm going to read just a couple paragraphs that I think are worth, because it's pretty long, but we'll try. The stranger arrived at the bar before I did, and as I intended him to, and was waiting for me at the table in the back. Okay. Just the first sentence. The stranger was waiting for me in the back of the bar and arrived before I did, just as I intended him to. You're already kind of getting a glimpse of the kind of person you're dealing with, just that first sentence of this whole thing. All right? And I guess some people, it's like, I've seen this on socials before, like, oh, make sure he gets to see you walk in, because it's part of the whole thing. Personally, I find it really sexy when a woman is ahead of time and early at an appointment. To me, that's way sexier. But let's keep going. He had the kind of face I like, and he had been a little difficult to pin down, delayed in his responses, which I also like.
Oh, man, check this shit out.
This is a grown woman who's been married before. Okay?
Oh, my God.
The place was loud with the having fun sounds people make when they expect to have fun anytime now, so we were leaning into each other. His hair, I thought, would be good to put my hands in. There comes a time usually when a few extra beats of eyes and eye contact are enough. We passed through those beats and took each other's wrists and met across the table, which was wide enough to frustrate kissing. This is smut. Come on, lady. Back at my place, he was a little shy, I thought, or a little out of practice, but I felt he wanted me, which is what I wanted. To be organized, oriented by his desire, as though it were a point on the dark horizon, strobing.
Oh, my God.
I was sorry, I didn't realize it was going to be so smutty. Quote, I was really looking forward to seeing you. End quote. He texted me the following week around lunchtime. But I'm going through some things right now that are intense, and my anxiety is intense today, and I need to lay low. Sad face. Totally understand, I replied, but I didn't. Feeble, fallible. Looking forward is not longing. A man should want me urgently or not at all.
Okay.
I was about to collapse into a ritual of frustrated horniness when a friend urged me to join her and two other women.
A ritual of frustrated horniness? Yeah. I was about to fat.
You know what this is like?
Hiya.
You ever seen somebody like make you a plate and they just start sprinkling shit everywhere and just...
Yeah.
And then Salt Bay the shit.
Yeah.
This is that, but for writing.
Yes.
There's a lot of writers who, when they write and they put words on, they also like to mash in between each sentence. Just to like, I'm a writer.
That's what it is.
It's unnecessary, but it's okay.
It's like that person also has, it's weird how that person is like, oh yeah, no, it's totally fine. Ugh, it was not.
Well, what else are you supposed to say? Someone says, I'm anxious, I don't know if I want to meet you. Like, yeah, you're probably going to say, oh, that's okay. But in your head, you're probably thinking like, talking about you too anxious to meet me.
But he's anxious, it's okay. You can just be like, all right, it's all right. Maybe it's not going to work between us. And you move on.
Yeah, but it's okay for her to think it's bullshit too, because it might be. A lot of people use mental health shit to just get out of stuff.
Sure.
Oh, I'm too stressed this week. Oh,
sure.
yeah. It's
But
like,
if
no,
I
you
take,
just don't want to see the person. That's true.
If I just take the whole thing all in consideration and just not that thing.
Sure.
And then I'm like, yeah, no. Okay, I can understand what you're saying with, yeah, people are not going to be nice about it and be like, okay, it's fine, whatever, bullshit. But if I look at the rest of the article, I'm like, girl, everything that you want in a man is fantasy. It's smut. It's the way you're writing.
You right about that?
That's what you want in a man.
You right about
so write a novel and master to it. Good luck with your life.
Preach. Of course he has anxiety, said one of them women. A therapist who sat across from me at the restaurant. That's life. That's being alive. And you're going to meet someone you don't know well. Yeah, said the woman beside her, a historian. It's called sexual tension. Stay with it for a minute and you might get some. They can't, said my friend with a triumphant disgust. She told us about a woman she knew who was dating a man from another city during a conversation we had that never happened. After weeks of saying, I can't wait to see you, the man ghosted her during the actual visit. His explanation, he'd been too anxious. Oh, poor baby, I cried, cried the historian, and we all cooed and moaned for the poor widow, Fwady Cat Bobo, working ourselves into a frenzy of laughter over men's inability to man up and fuck us.
Nice, we're back. Hey, but you know what? I'm so glad. You know what, man? I'm so glad because we're back in the 80s. We're back in the 80s. We got to man up. Ugh, men talk about their feelings. Shut the up. You know, shut up and fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I'm anxious. I really like you, but I'm going through. Man, opening up and shit. Stop opening up. Just fuck a bitch. God damn it. All here to talk about your feelings. That's not what we want.
We were 4 women at a vegan restaurant in downtown Manhattan. We knew what show we were in, and we couldn't help but wonder in a smug, chauvinistic way. Where were the men who could handle hard stuff, like leaving the house for sex? The therapist mused about the anxiety of just needing to justify the phallus, you know? She said, from a child's point of view, it's like, I get what mom is for, but what are you for? Oh, okay. What's the point of your thing? This sent us miming confrontations with imaginary members. Who invited you? What's your deal? Are you lost? Which led to wisecracks about the not-so-precious scalpel of the surgeon therapist was seeing. When did men get so anxious about desire? Asked the therapist. And I said, I didn't know. Yes, you do, my friend said. It was when they were put on notice that they can't just get drunk and grope us.
All right, man. You can shut that shit off.
It gets better, okay? Let's keep going. I haven't been dating long. But long enough to discover that I have a type. He's gentle, goofy, self-deprecating, rather deferential, a passionate humanist, a sweet guy, a good guy. He tends to signal in various ways his exemption from the tainted category of man, and it is perfectly understandable that he would wish to do so. So it's kind of like the guy who's like, I'm not like other guys. I'm one of the good ones. I'm a feminist, and I'm good to you. And I will be aggressive when you need to, and I will take care of you. I'm not trash like them. That's the kind of guy she's describing. It must be mildly embarrassing to be a straight man, and it is incumbent upon each of them to mitigate this embarrassment in a way that feels authentic to him. You understand that, fellas? It's funny because on one hand they say like you guys should be ashamed of your straightness because it is an embarrassing thing to be a straight male. Like the way they talk about straight male is all horrible, but the things that she wants from a man, this like intense, urgent desire, this like kind of aggressive, tell me what to do, is all like hyper masculine behavior, the very same kind of stuff that they denounce all the time.
No, toxic. It's toxic.
Right? So it's interesting that they like complain about the males, but the kind of men they're desiring are the exact kind of men that they wouldn't like. But they want to have it the best of both worlds. They want to have a super nice guy who's incredibly caring and very aggressive when necessary and very distant. It's like they just want to. It's like when you make a character in an RPG. You only get a certain number of stats.
Yeah.
You can't max out everything. But these broads want to max out everything. They want you to have the aggression when necessary. They want you to have the niceness. They want you to... It's like, you can't get everything in life. Y'all gotta, urgently and like, yeah, you might want that whole urgent desire. You want us to urgently want you. But that's also when men become too much sometimes. And when they're urgently desiring somebody who may not feel that way or make it clear that they feel that way reciprocally, that could be a bad thing. That could be too much. You know how many times men have urgently wanted somebody and ran and then it's blown up in their face? So it's interesting that instead of patience, instead of like what we're saying to people is at the same time, if I'm being fair, it is also true that a lot of people just sit in purgatory. They're not going for this committal thing, but they're not even doing this hookup thing really well where they're being transparent. They're staying in this like, I don't want to talk about it. And that's also not good for people because you stay in no man's land where nothing is clearly defined and people get hurt. One of the reasons my marriage ended was I fell in love with another man. Nah, ain't no way. Nah, this is a mistake. Bro. You just got
bro.
It must be embarrassing to be a straight man. I was in a marriage and I fell in love with another man. hey, you fucking whore. The audacity of this bitch. Imagine a dude talking about these fucking ladies, these sluts, they're all just sexually promiscuous. The reason I got divorced because I was cheating. You fucking losers. Whom I'll refer to by his first initial, J. Spontaneously graceful with a soft voice and an inordinate sad-eyed smile, J made me laugh, stopped my breath. Being a good guy, he intimidated from the jump that he did not know how to do relationships. He intimated, giving me the understanding that if I expected one with him, I did so at my peril, which was his peril too, since he would hate to hurt me. Still, he pursued me. He seemed to be doing something together. My husband and I had an open relationship. Oh my God. At the time that Jay and I met, so the terms of our involvement were at first limited, and although Jay exerted a pleasant pressure against these limitations, ultimately they suited him. I was the one who violated the terms by finding it intolerable after a while to care that much. So your husband even gave you the chance to go get some side D and you still cheated? I could not disambiguate sex from love, nor love from devotion. Yo, this broad is about to justify everything the red pill says.
This broad is crazy.
I stood there reaching for him while he sat faced back at me like a boxed mime. He couldn't talk about it. He wished things were different. Maybe someday the child would mature, the glasses would break, but for now, there's nothing to be done. It seems to me, surveying the field as dating as novice, that this kind of studiously irreproachable male helplessness abounds.
Plot twist. A woman didn't write that. An incel did.
I keep encountering and hearing about men who can't. Have these men not heard of don't want to? Maybe my friend was right about male anxiety at this moment. Maybe the men are taking a beat, laying low, unsure of how to want, how to talk, how to woo. Maybe they are punishing us for the confusion. There are many roots to this species of disappointment I am circling here, but however we get there, the complaint is so common, such a cultural and narrative staple that the Academy is weighing in. We now have a fancy word, heteropessimism, to describe the outlook of straight women fed up with the mating behavior of men.
I'm done.
Quote, I'm really done. End quote. My friend said, I can't keep doing this. I don't want to be hurt and misunderstood constantly. I need to find some other way to live. I agreed without thinking. I wish I could just be gay with you.
Then just be gay with her.
She said, and I said I wish that too so much.
Oh.
That was our commiserate routine.
Oh. Be gay with people?
Yeah, like it'd be so much easier if we could just fuck our friends.
Girls being girls.
Girls being girls.
Shit.
If the experts say my romantic...
Scissor sisters.
Hey,
Let's go, bruh.
Those men are not the men my friends and I are feeling bleak about. It's the sweet, good ones, damn it. I would like to believe that there's some purposeful, resistant, even radical in the heterofatalist mode, but the more I voice it, the more I am inclined to agree with Saracen that it can produce nothing but more of itself. Heterosexuality is nobody's personal problem, he writes. It doesn't make sense to extricate your own straight experience from straightness as an instant. Oh my God. This is too like mumble jumble. Mm-hmm. The man next to me on the sectional couch strummed a guitar and did spot-on imitations of Bruce Springsteen. He had that lifting something heavy man moan down cold, and he was improvising a song about work. American work in the American heartland, hyperbolically tough and tragic male work. Because I was losing it, he kept going, and I kept losing it. And at a certain point, I wasn't sure if I was overpowered by amusement or just overpowered by him. On the way to his place, I had been texting with my aunt. A word from an expert, she wrote, wait till he wants it so bad, he's nutsy cuckoo. Sounds facile, but man, truer words were never spoken. Make him suffer is my mantra. I kept catching myself staring at his mouth, his bottom lip. He told me to slow down. He needed time to get better sense of how I worked. I lay back to murmur, let him try stuff, and he warmed up to his own control. And then she says, I like to make you wait. Oh no, he said, I like to make you wait. He did make me wait. I stood at the slot machine and watching those cherries and fat yellow coins blur by, and they didn't stop. He was sweet with me in person, impulsive about biting my nose, but for stretches I wouldn't hear from him. Or I would, but only perfunctorily. And then suddenly he would pop up, requesting clarification on what a man feels or wants or sees happening here has gotten me burned before, and as it has many women I know. How old are these people? I'm going to Google this lady and see how old she is.
Please do now.
All right, how would you give her?
Jean Garnett. Oh my God, good Lord. Is that the Olsen twins?
How would you give her? I give her like late 30s, early 40s.
Late 30s.
Late 30s, yeah. Okay.
But she's white, so
she should know better.
She's white, so she's probably 21.
She should know better her age for a lot of this stuff, but all right. So I guess the main complaint is that men use like mental health to like move away from stuff. Maybe they do have problems, maybe they don't. You know, the whole anxious thing.
Okay.
She doesn't like that some men make her wait or don't seem to be very decisive in regards to wanting them. She said something that said you should want me urgently. You know, people, they want this.
I ain't to tell you.
So what are your thoughts on this whole article?
Rambling, scrambling, demanding, Lakers in 5. I don't care. It's like, okay, lady, what you gonna do? Date your friends. And also, I'm out of the market, so I don't have to deal with those people. So it's just a rambling. Hear that thing? And when I hear those people like just rambling and just complaining, I just roll my eyes. I'm just like, ugh. I'm just like, okay, stay alone. What you want me to do? Where are these men that these men probably don't want you either? So tough luck, my boy.